What if you could build a business that gives you the life of freedom you deserve? What if you could find the secrets to marketing, leadership, customer service, and other aspects of business that help you exceed your goals? What if you could walk away from your business for 30 days and it never misses a beat? That's what this podcast is for, to help business leaders like you find freedom from the day-to-day grind and start spending your time doing the things you love. I'm Levi McClendon, and my co-host is Josh Taylor, and this is the Cheers to Freedom podcast.
Hey, welcome back to the Cheers to Freedom podcast. I am your host, Josh Taylor, and I'm with my co-host, Levi McClendon. Levi, it's good to see you.
What's
I've
up,
got the
Josh?
same shirt on as last week.
I just didn't want to wear the blue one and match you, so how are you doing?
I'm doing well. We are talking about a subject. One, we just got back from Dad's Car Wash, and when we go to do these strategy sessions, these on-site strategy sessions, we talk a lot about this call to action idea, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and steal my own thunder, but we do talk about this call to action idea when we're on these on-site strategy sessions, and really everything comes back down to this and what we're going to be talking about today. Last week we talked about episode 15 was the plan, and this week we're talking about calls to action. But before we jump into that, how did you enjoy our time together in Canton, Ohio? My first time ever being in Ohio.
Oh, you didn't tell me that when we were there, but I have actually been there before.
I didn't know that was information you wanted to know.
Yeah, thanks. How was my time with you, or just in general? Because you did say, how was your time with me in Ohio?
Yeah, with me.
I always have a great time with you, Josh. Definitely we laugh a lot. But yeah, we were there with John and Justin from Dad's Car Wash. Man, we had just an amazing time. And believe it or not, the weather was awesome. And we told them, you're welcome, because we brought it from the south. And so it was like 65. I think we left, it was like 70 degrees, sunny outside. And
while we were gone, it was raining at home.
Yeah, it actually was. It was. My wife was like, "I'm in Florida and it's raining." I'm like, "I'm in Ohio and this is amazing." So, yeah, we had a great day, which was awesome, because the day before we got there, they had snow, and so they had salted the roads and ice and who knows whatever. Well, they didn't ice the roads; there was ice, so they salted the roads and stuff. And me being from Arizona and now Florida, we don't ever get to experience that. So it was really cool to see the next day. And man, these guys were just slammed. So we got to visit all the washes and check them out. They have 5 washes there. And man, we just had a great time. And it's super enlightening to see. And John's washes up there, they're definitely different. You know, they're older washes. They've been around for 30, 40, 50 years, full service, some flex stuff. So a little bit of everything, Josh. So it was a good time. Did you have a good time? What do you think?
Yeah, it was all right. No, it was great. I mean, John and Justin are just really fun to hang out with, really cool guys. Very unique business with their car washes up there and what they do. And I'm excited to see what they do. We kind of breezed through their messaging, because these guys, they had been reading the Story Brand book. They kind of knew what they wanted. And really all we had to do was try to pull out what was in their heads and put words to it. And so we kind of moved through their messaging pretty easy, which gave us a lot of time to work through some other stuff. And it was really, really good. And we're going to be offering those to other customers. So if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to us, because we spent a couple of days just hammering down your messaging and then walking through these sites. And that's where really it came down to what we're talking about today, is the call to action. And I think this is a key ingredient. In fact, you could probably go into most businesses and tweak this one thing and make all the difference in the world with the business and the money that they're making, because most people are not calling their customers to action or to one single action that's making them money. They're calling them all over the place.
Well, the thing is, the last week when we talked about having a plan, you know, we talk about people assuming, right? We know what assume spells. We don't need to go down that path.
I don't get it.
But it is so stinking true. And it comes back again to the curse of knowledge. It comes back to us just being in the game and in the space every day. And we assume that people are just going to do it. They're just going to sign up for unlimited. They're just going to, you know, get this free wash. They're just going to do this. And I want to make a quick point too, back to dads. we were talking about people coming out of the tunnel, right? So they wash it, they hand dry every car. And so as people come out, one of the frustrations that John and Justin talked about was, gosh, they come out, there's a spot for literally 3 cars. They get so busy. But a car would come out of the tunnel and barely come out. Guys would be drying it, but they would have to, like, hey, come over here, move out of the way so that they can get more cars there. And that kind of comes back to 2 things. It comes back to really a plan, like have a plan, do this, do this, do this. But also, I know call to action is typically, to buy something or sign up for something. But here's a call to action. How about you put a sign up? And we talked about this. Put a sign right here. Tell the customer to come here. And we put this little like stop, sign up. We came up with some good ideas for them, but let's put 3 of them out. Let's even put some paint with lanes of where the cars should go, because we just assume that a customer is going to pull all the way up so that you can dry them off because the first car did, but that does not happen. So we have to stop assuming, take a look, take yourself out of the situation, look into it and say, where are the holdups, right? Where's the buffet line stopping, and where can we speed this up? And I feel like that part of a call to action doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't need to just be sales. It needs to be on site, it needs to be wherever people are going, because it needs to be clear to them of what they should do next.
Well, in stories and movies, our hero needs to be called to action. It's true in life. It's true in movies. People don't take action unless they're told and they're called to take action. Something has to happen,
right,
for them to take action. And I use the example of Star Wars, and I use this with dads because those guys, were Star Wars fans, and I grew up watching Star Wars. But Luke wanted to be a Jedi. But what was Luke doing when he was meeting with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was kind of encouraging him to take up this mantle to go and become a Jedi? Luke was coming up with all these excuses of why he can't do it. He wanted to do it. He had this aspiration to do this, but he was coming up with all these examples of, I'm not good enough. I've got too much to do. My uncle needs me at home or whatever. But then something happened that forced him to take action. And that was that, the Empire killed his aunt and uncle. And so that was a something that forced Luke to take the action that he was being, encouraged to take. And that's what our customers need. When I was getting certified to become a guide with StoryBrand 5 years ago, Don illustrated this perfectly, and he gave us a very physical illustration. And he was going through the process and training, and we were doing all of the stuff. And then he just stopped, and it was lunchtime. And he said, before you guys go to lunch, I have something really important I need to tell you. But I'm not going to tell you here. I want everybody to go outside and meet me by the light post outside on the curb. And so all of us got up. There were about 60 of us that got up, and we walked outside on the middle of downtown Nashville, and we're all standing around this light post. And he gets up on this light post with a megaphone, and all he says is, people will go where you tell them to go. People will go where you tell them to go. We need to tell our customers where to go. People need to be told what to do. It makes their life easier if we simply tell them, here's what you need to do. And that is your singular call to action. What action are you calling your customers to? And make it clear.
Make it clear, make it available. I know on our websites, we've been doing quite a few websites lately, so we're analyzing them and taking a look. And you've had some feedback even as you scroll down the page, you continue to put, free wash, free wash, free wash throughout, because you want, when somebody is ready, when they've seen enough, whether it's free wash or unlimited club, and obviously we want that on there as well. But what is it that you want your customer to do? And when they're ready to do it, it needs to be available. Like it's not overdoing it. And I think, Josh, you talked about a second ago that there's people that just, all you have to do is make a little tweak. I've read books about guys that literally find companies with great products, with a website with really, really crappy call to action, and they'll buy into the company or buy the company literally and make one simple change. And that is to make that call to action really clear, really bold. And they change the entire landscape of that business from a call to action. So I don't think we need to spend a ton of time on this. I think everyone knows what a call to action is, but I think what we need to do is just part of this plan is in the call to action is making it consistent, what are some of the words? And I want you to tell me, Josh, what are some words to stay away from, whether you're doing website call to action, on-site call to action? Give me some words that we should stay away from.
If we're looking at websites, the two of the most common calls to action that you see on websites are get started and learn more. And that doesn't tell me anything. If I click on those buttons, I don't know what's going to happen. Get started doing what? Learn more about what? I used this example the other day when we were with dads. Was, if we talk like that to each other, people would think we were weird. Like if I walked up to my wife and said, hey, the first time that we met, and say, want to get started? Like, she'd slap me in the face and call me a creeper or something like that. We walk up to people and say, hey, learn more. Like that's not how we talk to each other. So let's stop, maybe let's stop using those words for our calls to action. And so we use, on most of our websites, and we'll talk why we use this in just a second, but we use get your free wash. And we like that word get because just simply by changing the word, whatever word it was to get, we saw a 30% increase in engagement just by changing it to the word get. So we use that word get your free wash. And then we use that consistently throughout the page. And the reason we do that is we want to make sure the one singular call to action is something that makes you money. And most people that are going to your website, and we're not going to harp on this because we harp on this a lot, I feel like, but most people that are going to your website are not ready to buy an unlimited club. Right. But they are ready to get something for free. And so we want to make sure that they see that and they opt into your text club. And then we use that with our customers to onboard them to become an unlimited member, or at least to continue to show up and get their car washed through single washes or whatever. But here's the point. And this is the point, whether it's on your website or it's on your car wash, on your lot itself. By the time your customer leaves, do they know the single action you want them to take? What is the action? We have so many calls to action for our customers that we're overwhelming them and they're not sure what to do. We confuse them. We overload them on our menu boards. We talked a little bit about that last week. We overload them there. We overload them with join the Unlimited Club, sign up for our text, get ceramic wash, all these different, we have so many different calls to action. And by the time they get to our vacuum station, there's 17 more calls to action there. They don't know what to do. What is one thing when your customer goes to your website or when they go to your lot that you want them to take this action? And if they take this action, you're more than likely going to make money.
Yeah. So Josh, as a follow-up to that, right, we want to make like that super clear as far as what you want them to do. But as a follow-up to that, you need to make it really easy for them to do whatever it is you want them to, right? So for us, we like a few things. We like texting a keyword to a call to a short code. So let's say we use the keyword wash. That's easy. So you would put, if you wanted somebody maybe to get a free wash, you might say free wash, text wash to 30400, whatever your short code is, and make it really clear to them, number one. Number two, if it's an on-site type deal, or maybe it's a postcard or something in print, thanks to COVID, which has really accelerated the QR codes and the ability to scan, put a QR code on anything these days, right? So whether you want them to scan the code to get a wash, to sign up for Unlimited, to find out more about your car wash, it doesn't really matter. Put that QR code and make it really simple. So I would say, and now, Josh, I've kind of shifted because it's so easy on an iPhone or an Android phone or whatever to just use your camera to scan. That's a great way. Again, put that on everything you're doing as far as that call to action goes. And then online, I'm more about the links. I'm more about clicks, because imagine now, how many of us see things on our phones, right? So make sure your sites or ads are all mobile optimized, number one. And when I'm on my phone, if I have to be like, oh, text this, or it doesn't really make a lot of sense to scan this, right? Because it's on my phone. It's what I use to scan. So I want to click a link. And so make sure that you can have somebody click a link, track that link, and then whatever your call to action is, again, connect it to a link where I can easily fill out the information. So whether you're wanting them to fill out the form for an unlimited membership, or just put a phone number in, or even their license plate, whatever that is, man, it is so easy to do on a phone. So whatever that call to action is, again, figure out, who your customer is, where you're doing your marketing or advertising, or just getting somebody to learn more information. Even at the Mac cleaner or something, there could be instructions, right? have them scan a code. Make it really simple for your customers to take the action that you want them to so that their experience is the best experience possible.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And one of the ways that we do that, and we're really encouraging a lot of our customers to do, a lot of our customers give away air fresheners, and they're giving away air fresheners with their logo. Don't waste the money with just giving an air freshener with your logo. Put on the back of that logo a
absolutely.
QR code that says "Get a free wash." And maybe they share it with somebody else or whatever it might be. You could put your unlimited plan. I think Get a free wash is probably going to be more economically beneficial to you because you're especially if you're an OpSpot customer, you're going to use that texting to onboard them to a membership, which is more likely to convert. But don't waste that space. Make sure that there is a call to action when you're handing something to somebody. Ask yourself, is there a clear call to action on this? Is there a next step for them to take? And that next step should make you money. And that's otherwise,
absolutely,
you're wasting your money, and your time with whatever it is.
Well, I think that goes 100% to anything you are doing. If you're spending money on it, if you're getting something printed, your logo on it, your branding, a message,
it should make you money back.
Man, it should make you money. And in today's world of technology, it is easy. Put Absolutely. That QR code, put that text call to action. I don't care what it is. You need to be exchanging a phone number, an email address, something from your customer in exchange for the information that you're about to give them. And that is critical, man. It's not just the experience, right? Here's the problem. Here, and I don't want to get on my soapbox here for too long, but here's what I see. People think, okay, that you have the best whatever it is. I'm going to stick with car washes since that's what this podcast is about. I have the best tunnel, the light show, the best car wash experience. Well, I'm telling you, there's another one coming down the road. As we all know, it is growing. Now, you might be on a remote island called Hawaii and be the only car wash there, and that is true. That happened, and you're not going to have competition. But most of you guys, if you have competition coming down the road, if you have, I don't care what it is, that experience of a customer isn't going to be enough, especially the first time. Yes, we want it to be. We want you to just, give them the best experience possible. But let's imagine that they didn't have the best experience. So let's imagine that you can continue to build that database, engage with those customers, re-engage with them, remind them to come back into your wash. Your branding, your logo, your message needs to be on that mobile billboard. And the only way to do it is to put your stuff on everything that you're doing. So again, in today's world, man, Josh, it just blows my mind that we're spending millions of dollars on these amazing washes and we're not collecting anything in return for the best lead magnet in the world, in my opinion right now. So, all right, I'm off.
So let's summarize this, and then we're going to give our clear call to action for those that are listening here at the end. But you need to make your calls to action clear. You don't need to have too many calls to action. If you can have one clear call to action on your website, one clear call to action. What is the next step when people go to your lot before they leave your lot? What is an action that they need to take before they leave? Make it very clear. Make it simple. Don't use learn more or get started. And the best way to think about this is, can they read the call to action and understand exactly what's going to happen when they click this button or scan this code? Do they know what's going to happen? If I text this keyword to this number, what's going to happen? That is what your call to action is. Get your free wash, sign up for an unlimited club, whatever it is, and make that very clear. So before we leave, and, we could talk about this one for days because this is one I'm really passionate about because I feel like this is so easy to fix.
Yes,
but it's the one thing that is missing in so many different industries. But Levi, if we could have our listeners do one thing before they stop listening to this episode, what is it that we want them to do?
Pull out their phone, start a new text to the number 411-365. That's 411-365. In the body of the text, you're going to type in cheers. This is the Cheers to Freedom podcast. So you're going to type in cheers and hit submit. That's what we want you to do today. Take your phone, text 411-365. In the body of the text cheers. Submit that. We're going to bounce back to you our information so that you can easily follow us, be on alerts for the podcast or any other information that we want to give out there. And if you guys want to get in touch with us, That's the easiest way to get in touch with us is to text cheers to 411-365.
All right. So there's your
I hope
call
that
to
was
action.
clear.
That was pretty clear to me. So if you want to stay in touch with us, we don't spam a bunch of people. I mean, anything that we're going to send out, we want to make sure that it's valuable for people. So, but that is a great way to stay notified when a new episode drops or when we've got some valuable information that we just want to share with our audience. So thanks for sharing that, Levi.
Yeah, and to minimize the risk of opting in, just know you can always reply stop, opt out, and our system automatically takes you out. So no risk to text cheers to 411-365.
But you don't want to do that.
Boom. You don't want to opt out, but I'm minimizing risk because we talked about that in the agreement plan from a week ago, right? Minimize that risk.
That's right.
No risk.
We're trying to smoke what we're selling here.
We're not going to be like all the politicians. I get 900 texts every day, and I'm in the space, and I can't get out of them. That's a whole nother ball game, but that's super irritating. We're not going to be that irritating. I promise you.
All right. So 411-365, text cheers to 411-365, and you'll be on our Cheers to Freedom list so that you can get valuable information from us every now and then. All right, Levi. Well,
awesome.
That was great.
What's for next week? What's for next week, Josh? What's the next?
The next week is the last part of the Story Brand Framework, and we're going to talk about success and failure. Where are we taking our customers? What does the future look like if our customer does business with us? And what does the future look like if they don't do business with us? And we've got to be clear about both. And so we're going to talk about that next week for episode 17.
17.
We'll drop next week. So
awesome.
Until next time.
All right. Cheers, man.
Cheers. See ya.
See ya.